Now, your manufacturer is going to take care of most of the design process for you, unless you have some specific capabilities that you need put into it. But one of the last steps of product development is them figuring out how to get you what you need in a way that it can be received by both your warehouse and Amazon. And we're talking about UPCs. And there's only one location to go for UPCs if you want to be successful on Amazon. Don't buy them on eBay. Don't buy them on the black market. Just go to GS1.org. That's where you buy your UPCs. You're going to buy them either individually or for most of you, you're building a brand. So buy a prefix. You can buy 10, 100, 1,000 UPCs. It's going to cost you a bit of an arm and a leg in the beginning, and you're going to pay a maintenance on that prefix so that that prefix is not tied to your company. This is one of the ways that a lot of people get hung up on Amazon too, by the way, is by not using GS1, where Amazon checks when you go to actually list your first product to make sure that the UPC for that product is owned by the company that you say you are, and they can verify that there's no funny business going on. So use GS1. The second thing, you got to send these UPCs to your manufacturer so that they can put them onto the actual product. You've got two options. You put the UPC on the product, or you can put the ASIN on the product. I don't recommend putting the ASIN on the product. It just makes it easier for everyone involved. Now, the last element is what I'll refer to as the shipping mark. So when your supplier gets ready to send you your goods, they're probably going to ask you for a shipping mark. And what they mean is, okay, we're going to send you these items inside of a big box here, and I'm going to use this Amazon box here. What do you want this box to look like? What do you want printed onto this box? That is what the shipping mark actually is. So when you give them a shipping mark, you have to think through the whole planning process of, okay, it's going to come from the manufacturer. It's going to go to my warehouse. From my warehouse, it's going to go to Amazon, from Amazon to a customer. So I now have to have a plan in place to know what needs to go onto this specific box to make sure it gets to the customer without any issues. So for most people, your shipping mark is going to go onto the master carton. The master carton is going to be the outer box that all of your products get put inside a certain quantity. So let's just say, for example, you have a little 4-inch by 4-inch by 4-inch snow globe you're going to sell. You put 40 of those inside of one master carton because you're not going to ship them all in individual boxes on a shipping container. So you've got 40 units that are all inside individual boxes inside of one master carton. So you need a UPC for your master carton, and you need a UPC for the individual units that go inside the master carton too. The UPC for the individual units goes to your manufacturer so that they can put that onto your product packaging, and then the master UPC is going to go onto your shipping mark. I'm going to put an example shipping mark right here below this video that you can download that shows you what this looks like with one of my products. So you can see where the UPC goes, you can see where the ingredients go if you have a product that has ingredients, and you can see where you put your logo. That way you're going to get professional looking boxes that come from your manufacturer, but don't delay this. One of the mistakes I made along the years is that I have asked for the shipping mark to be put on the boxes too late. If you don't tell them you need it, they're just going to send it to you in a blank box. And that's not what you want. So you be the prepared brand who says, this is what I'm ordering, I'm sending you the shipping marks, I'm sending you the UPCs for the actual products, and you can help them be the best partner to you that they can be. Now you can find so many more resources for product development all over YouTube. You don't need me to tell you that stuff. I'm not here to regurgitate information that you can find elsewhere. I want to give you the expertise that I have from making a lot of products with a lot of manufacturers. And generally speaking, it's just about being a good partner and having done all of your planning process in the beginning. If you planned well, product development is actually a very simple process. Product protection is coming up next.